Fellow Bewitched fans, are you ready to travel through time with us? In this video, we're diving deep into the fascinating history of one of the most beloved TV shows of all time. So sit back, relax, and join us as we take a nostalgic trip down memory lane. Elizabeth Montgomery in 1964, aged 36, played the role as Samantha Stephen. Elizabeth in 1995, aged 62 years, died of colon cancer. She was a witch who was married to a mortal man, Darren Stephen. She attempts to live a normal life as a housewife while also dealing with her magical powers and her witch family. Dick York in 1964, aged 36, played the role as Darren Stevens. Dick York in 1992, 64 as, died of emphysema. Darren Stevens was a mortal man who fell in love with a witch named Samantha and eventually marries her. Agnes Morad in 1964, aged 64, played the role as Endora. Agnes in 1974, 73 years, died of uterine cancer. Endora was Samantha's mother and a powerful witch in her own right, often using her magical powers to interfere in Samantha's life and cause problems for her mortal husband. David White in 1964, aged 48, played the role as Larry Tate. David in 1990, 74 as, died of heart attack. Larry Tate was Darren's boss and a recurring character on the show, serving as a foil to Darren's attempts to balance his work life with his magical home life. Erin Murphy in 1964, aged 2, plays the role as Tabitha Stevens. Erin in 2023, 59 as. Tabitha was the daughter of Samantha and Darren Stevens, and like her mother, she possessed magical powers. George Tobias in 1964, aged 63, played the role as Abner Kravitz. George in 1980, 79 as, died from bladder cancer. Abner was constantly trying to catch Samantha doing something suspicious, but was always just a little too late. Casey Rogers in 1966, aged 41, played the role as Louise Tate. Casey in 2006, 81 as, died from throat cancer, cardiac arrest coupled with stroke. Louise was often involved in the shenanigans of Samantha and Darren, and frequently found herself caught up in the magical goings-on. Sandra Good in 1966, aged 50, played the role as Gladys Kravitz. Sandra in 1999, 83 years, died from stroke. Gladys was constantly spying on Samantha and Darren, trying to catch them in the act of doing something suspicious, and was often frustrated by Abner's inability to see what she saw. Alice Pierce in 1964, aged 47, played the role as Gladys Kravitz. Alice in 1966, 49 years, died of ovarian cancer. Gladys was constantly spying on Samantha and Darren, trying to catch them in the act of doing something suspicious, and was often frustrated by Abner's inability to see what she saw. Marion Lawn in 1964, age 81, played the role as Aunt Clara. Marion in 1968, 85 years, died of heart attack. Aunt Clara was known for her forgetfulness and her tendency to mix up spells and incantations. Bernard Fox in 1966, age 39, played the role as Dr. Bombay. Bernard in 2016, 89 years, died of heart failure. Dr. Bombay was known for his flamboyant personality, eccentric fashion sense, and comical reactions to the antics of the mortal characters on the show. Mabel Albertson in 1964, age 63, played the role as Phyllis Stevens. Mabel in 1982, 81 as, died of Alzheimer's disease. Phyllis Stevens was known for being an overbearing and somewhat disapproving mother-in-law to Samantha, who was a witch. Dick Wilson in 1965, age 49, played the role as George O'Hanrahan. Dick in 2007, 91 years, died of natural causes. George O'Hanrahan was portrayed as a gruff and skeptical character who was always on the lookout for any evidence that Samantha was a witch. Morris Evans in 1964, age 63, played the role as Morris. Morris in 1989, 88 years, died of congestive heart failure. Morris is a warlock and a member of a powerful magical family, and he often appears in the show to help or hinder Samantha and her husband, Darren, with their magical predicaments. Alice Ghostley in 1966, age 43, played the role as Esmeralda, Naomi Hogan. Alice in 2007, 84 years, died of stroke. She was originally introduced as a maid for Samantha and Darren, but later became a frequent visitor to their home and a friend to Samantha.